Cracked a beer, thought I'd unwind, but the can's so proud it nearly blinds. My Jaguar roars, but it's lost its bite. Now it sparkles under rainbow lights. Betrayed me in every way. From my beer to my car to the clothes that I wear, it's all too bright, I can't even care. I reached for my jacket, sleek and black. Now it's bedazzled front and back. My cologne smells like disco delight. I just wanted chill, now I'm catching strobe light. My razor shouts, shave with pride. My coffee cups on the flamboyant side. Even my boxers scream, yes, queen. What happened to plain and what does this mean? Ooh, my razor shouts, shave with pride. My coffee cups on the flamboyant side. Even my boxers scream, yes, queen. What happened to plain, and what does this mean? Oh no, everything's gone gay. My brands betrayed me in every way. From my beer to my car to the clothes that I wear, it's all too bright, I can't even care. So here I am.
Oh, huh? Got a little bit of an issue there. For some reason, my DLC screen is not playing. But we'll have to figure that out. So I can always try it again. But it doesn't look like you're either page here. That's really weird. Let's see here. DLC. Huh. The problem is I even tested for it. So, I'm Valentine Nightshade, and I'm so glad that you're here today. What we're going to talk about is some different news items. I'm going to have to get this DLC player working now. We'll see. I'll figure it out eventually. Let me try turning that off here. Anything we're going to talk about is going to be with that. So let's see here. And please join in the chat. Buenas tardes, Bella. Hi, Lawrence. Wonderful to see you. There we go. And we'll get this figured out though. Let me try again. Let's try loading DLC player. And how about here? It's gonna be StreamYards then. Let's try that again. I don't want that. It's gonna suck if I can't play that. We'll see. Let's try one more time with the song just for the sake of it. Where do I have this? Okay, let's pop that in here. See anything happens. No, let's show up. Yup. Rats.
Cracked a beer, thought I'd unwind.
I'll drop that down. We'll figure something out here.
Can so proud
Let's see.
it nearly blinds.
Orange says,
My Jaguar
2100 in southern Spain, getting ready for another Fleetwood Mac tribute band at this bar. Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for, taking time out to watch this, especially when I'm so clueless about how to use my player here. So thank you so much for taking that time in watching my silly little chat. So, hi, anyone else want to join in? Mark says hi. Hi, Mark. Having all kind of technical difficulties. Oh, maybe what I can do is I can delete. Let me delete that. I'll delete it. And then I'll try to add it again as a source. It's really funny. What I usually do is I go in. Let's try this again. VLC. What I do a test. I do a test about 20 minutes before I start. And it worked perfect. Of course it didn't work now. Let's try again. Alright. What else do I get here? Tap, whoops. And capture a specific screen. Okay. Is it capturing this? I don't see it. Let's see. That puts that on top. No. Well, maybe what I'll have to do is describe everything. Do you have a really good imagination? You are watching a vampire, haunted puppet telling you about the news. So let's see. Lauren says Stevie Nicks was a bit of a vanilla witch to say the least. Still, I love her. Yeah, she did have such a different voice from everyone else, didn't she? And in the whole band, they're so talented, but they just couldn't get along, did they? It's really interesting. So many people would have loved to have the fame and fortune they had. And they always have to hear less. So, yeah, I do love them. And Rumors is such a phenomenal album. It's still, if you listen to the whole thing today, it still just sounds so good. One of those really well mastered albums. So it sounds good. The instruments are just wonderful. And the harmonies of the group is just great. And Lauren says, go your own way. Yeah. Alan says, go your own way. Thank you, Alan. Thanks for showing up. I'm having some kind of, a stupid moment. I don't know what's going on here. And things aren't working for me. So, I don't know why. But, so I might end up having just to describe everything. So, at least this part's working. I don't understand why nothing else is. We look one more time here at my settings. Well, touch a specific window. Yeah, I'm doing that. Why don't you help me? Let's see. Got that sudden. Yeah. Oh, I see what. Oh, stupid. Oh, I see. I don't have VLC. Media player. So okay, I think I got it working. Then it takes a little bit, so let's practice here. Come on. Takes about a second or so to pop up. No?
I reached for my jacket, sleek and black.
Whoa.
Now
We're gonna have to get all the script in. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm still gonna soldier through. I'm gonna soldier through and pretend I know what the hell I'm doing. But no, not coming up. I got the. Okay. Damn it. Okay, well, I'll describe the news to you. No, that really bothers me. I'm happy to run that down. Let me tell you one more thing. You gotta go through one more thing. That's on there. It says VOC player. It's probably one of those things where you have to restart this thing. Weird. Oh, I was able to program to go ahead and schedule the stream. Did anybody see that today? Once as they did in Allen, and usually come back for the money. Yep, yeah. Eventually they get enough money. Yeah. And Alice says White Campbell was with them for a while. Yes, that's true. And who's your favorite papa today? No, nothing really turns me on anymore. Nothing. I don't really like the pop music that's out there. And and everyone that I liked gotten old, and anything that they put out within the last 10 years sounds like crap. So I don't really have anything favorite. I don't have anything modern that I listen to. How about you guys? Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, give me some recommendations. Who you would trust? Yeah, I just don't listen to any like on Spotify or anything because the top of those lists are just horrible. What's popular on Spotify? Ugh. It all sounds the same. It's all so mindless. It's kind of why I don't mind the AI stuff because it isn't any worse than the stuff that's written by committees that all these artists seem to put out nowadays. I used to be obsessed with Lana Del Rey, I confess. Okay, I've heard a few songs of her. Okay, all right. I get that you used to start getting a little too obvious. Every song sounds the same. What's Spotify monsters? Yeah, that's a good question. Cause what's where you can go watch Joe Rogan if you're into podcasts. Yeah, if I'm using Spotify, it's more for podcasts, more likely. So, oh boy, let's see. Yeah, I bet what happened is because there's no reason that my VLC isn't playing. So, maybe using the feature where I schedule the stream, maybe that messed things up. I don't know. But I bet if I restart, and I'm not gonna do that, we'll just finish up here, but we'll go on and I'll just describe stuff and we'll talk about it. But there was let's see, what can we start with? For the UK, you may or may not have heard, but there was this literal political assassination happening in the state of Minnesota. And let's see. We can always hear it sound. I don't know if that'll help any. But there was this gentleman. His name is Vance Bolter, and he was assigned by the Democrat goofball, former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, to be on a working committee for the state. Then there's other things that oh no, he's an evangelical Christian and everything. But yeah, then Tom says, I just stick with classic rock and some metal. Yeah, I know what to say. I just make my own stuff. Not to have some fun with the lyrics, so just make my own stuff now. But sometimes it's a little more, it seems a little more original than what's on Spotify. So this gentleman over the weekend, or monster, whatever, he decided to go on a campaign of assassinating Democrats, state Democrats. And he had a list of 70 Democrats, and some were like Tim Walz, some were Elon, Omar, but he had a list of like 70 names. And he went to 2 households and shot the husband and wife in both households. Both had Democrat ties, and the first couple died of their wounds. The last I heard is that the other couple survived. And then what happened was the cops, for some reason, I still don't understand why, but they sent the police car to the second house. I guess they really go around and start looking in on Democrat, at least the state representatives and stuff. and they caught the fellow after he had shot, and he went to scene, and they caught his car, and his car had his manifesto. They hadn't released that yet, and he had no King's handwritten, no King's tablets that I guess he was leaving at the scene. It's also strange, but my understanding is he also had like a Father's Day card that was addressed to him. So that's why they knew who he was right away. And there's pictures on the internet with the fellow with he went up to the doorbell. So one of the doorbell cams got a picture, and he had a latex mask on. It was really creepy, and it was so obvious, a bald-headed latex mask on his face. But I guess from the Father's Day card, and probably from the car, because I think the car was from security agency he worked for, called Praetorian Pretoria Security, and he had outfitted it to look like a car. Well, last night they finally caught the guy, and and they caught him with drones. He was like running across the field into the woods, and something about with the drone, he was like laying in the fetal position and everything. And then he got up and he crawled out to the police, and they took him without any trouble. But for a whole day he was missing. And they got him just before, as it's turning dark. They're in Minnesota, not still in this roughly the same area, same county. So how's this working for you? I'm sorry I don't have images. I'll have to practice some more and figure out, just playing with the schedule, does that mess up my VLC player? Because literally 20 minutes before start, I did a test recording with the VLC player, and it worked. So what else? What else is there to talk about? I had a wonderful, I'll describe it. Let's see if I can be descriptive. I had a wonderful video. Maybe some of you seen it. Oh, darn it. Let's see, try this again. Come on, Bo. But, okay, there was this video about these protesters. These protesters jumping in front of like a bus. You know how they do when you lay down in front of them, all that. And, it was really funny. So the men are grabbing them, one arm each, grabbing them out. And there's this woman, she runs in front, they grab her out. And it's so funny. So then when they turn it back, the woman runs away in front of the vehicle again. And then this woman comes along. And I thought it was brilliant. She comes along and she grabs that woman by the back of her hair and she drags her off to the side of the street. Oh, I wish I could show it to you. Oh, yeah. But she's reaching up to the top of her hair. She's just being dragged up by her hair. Wonderful. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But today's dance, let's see. Alan says, okay, Warren says Taylor performed April meaning ritual to steal Lana's muse. Oh, okay, yeah, that's like, black magic, isn't it? So, I don't know how to pronounce that. You think like dark evil vampire, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it seems like a lot of that pop stuff, all has a lot of ritualistic vibes and signs and visuals that they try to put on, doesn't it? I mean, it's hard to deny because sometimes it seems so blatant. And Alan says I have quite a broad range, but mainly 70s and 80s stuff. Yeah, I like so much. I like even old big band music. I really go back to a lot of different stuff. Some of the original big band jazz and stuff. Did you go back to the 30s or what? The 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Even grunge was fun. I didn't like the hair being rough. You know, that can lose the weight, not weight dating, hair being stuff. Well, that got a little tiring. And then when the heart had to do these dreams and I picture the prettier sister and I've been really I want to hear hands and I don't care if she's fat. She's so talented. And Philippine says, "Hi, good afternoon." And I say hi. And Mark says, talking about this, talking about that weirdo, the assassin that his wife was acting strange. I haven't heard any more, but before the assassin, the Minnesota, I'd be calling him the No King assassin, because that's so strange. But before that, his wife was stopped at a traffic stop, and she had lots of cash. She had ammunition. Then it's like they said ammunition and passports. The whole thing about that fellow is really weird. And Philip, I'm sorry, my DLC isn't playing for some reason on the screen. So I just being descriptive because you guys are watching a vampire, inhabiting a puppet. Telling me about the video. So I picture that you all have good imagination. So instead of describing that's how I see that everyone clicks out and says, "Oh, damn it, this is stupid." And Philip says, apparently he had a list of some sort. Yeah, it was supposed to be about 70 people, all Democrats. And because the police did what they did, they stopped it at the second name, the second household. So I can't imagine he could have possibly gone through 70 on the list and not have gotten caught, but so stopped it that quickly. Yeah, we'll have to learn more about their thinking and how they did it. So in this case, it was definitely some great police work. Even to Democrats, that's terrible political assassination. Oh, I don't know if it's true, so this is another thing I gotta describe to you. But let's see if I can find it. There's always a possibility it's fake. Let's see. I have a picture here. Yeah, it's supposed to show the assassin, Vance Bolter. Oh, it just died on me. And his wife. And Vance is wearing a resist shirt. And his wife is wearing, I think, what is that? I think, therefore I am a Democrat. And they're saying that this particular it's a little short video showing them a picture of them. Resist, I think, therefore I am a Democrat. Now, I don't know. It could be fake. I don't know. Supposedly his best friend, there's a video of him saying how he's this evangelical Christian and all that. So in the end, it just seems crazy. It seems madness, So, and yeah, not many anti-abortion Democrats. But on his list, he had abortion providers. So that would seem to go with the crazy evangelical. You're not supposed to kill people, from my understanding, for Christianity. Well, from history, that may not be true. But okay, I don't need to offend people any more than I already do, but my sister. Alan says, Huey Mills Lawrence. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's good to see that some of you in the UK are interested in this stuff. It is so bizarre, isn't it? And Taxman. Philippines is Taxman, 100%. Yeah, are you talking about the Beatles, Taxman? That's a great song. And Alan says, wait, John knows Manson. And Mark Vaughan says, wow, T-shirts, roommate. And Alan says, one for you, 19 for me. Let's see. what else could there be? Oh, I had a lovely picture of President Trump and Melania enjoying the parade. Oh, you know, all that U.S. aid, wasteful U.S. aid spending, the Democrats, $40 million for a parade. Well, it was $40 million for an advertisement for the U.S. Army. What do you think that was about? It was wonderful to see, and all the uniforms and everything. But, all those young people, it was basically to show, the U.S. Army, it's back. So, that's the way I'm sure Trump thought about it. I'm sure the Army was wonderful to be able to do that. And it was quite a nice spectacle. Lovely to see while all the goofballs in the United States were out there marching with all the illegal aliens. Like, they had like 20,000 in San Diego. And they were all illegal aliens marching. And there are no kings. There's no king's march. Yeah, really. And what else? Oh, and I had such wonderful videos to show you. You see what's continuing to go on in Israel and Iraq. Some of you might say pass to both barrels. I understand that. And my hope is, at least for the Iranian people, is that they can get rid of that regime. But as long as the IRGC has the guns, you can bomb them all you want. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But there's Israel has started to attack the many broadcasting, both TV and by radio. So there's this wonderful video. I prepared for it. There's this wonderful video of on Iranian IRGC. That's the Revolutionary Guard, Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the ones running the country. So they have a woman, she's in the scarf that they have to wear for she religious with it, and I don't know what she's saying, but she's going on a diatribe, going on, and then there's a bar, and your voice starts coming out, and she gets up and runs out of the screen. It was like, wow, what times to see stuff like this. And I had some other clips of another. This one was pretty interesting. She's one of the regime supporters there. And she's got these big blue eyes. And, she's got her veil on her leg. They're right outside her apartment building. Bondage and she's up and she's running. Wow, what a time to be alive, to get to see this stuff. Let's see. And Nick, yes, the U.S. band, CCR, John Fogerty. Yeah. CCR was great. They were truly awesome group. And you got like groups where they had their own sound. And it was always funny that John Fogerty sang about the bayou, and you always thought he was out in the swamp. But he's from Compton, California. So it's always funny he had that feel, and I always felt like he's singing swamp music or something. So yeah, but they had their own sound. You get a little groups with their own sound. Let's see. The protein. Just these comments are wonderful. Iranian generals can be contacted by Ouija board. Sometimes since I saw that video, with the roof coming down on him, it was like, oh wow. Let's see what else. Let's see. Oh, then I had another one. Oh, but I'll describe it. Then we'll get to some UK, because what I had for the UK was just reading something, but let me describe this one. Yeah, it was looked like some U.S. National Guard and Antifa. Yeah, because it was a small number of U.S. National Guard, and there's like 20 Antifa. So of course they got brave. We can take them. Look at us. And and so there's women to strike him with boards and stuff. Then one of the National Guard goes out and just tackles him, then grabs him, and drags him by his feet, and he's kicking like a little sissy and everything. The Antifa guy. Oh. So I just said this is an imagination street since the DLC player isn't working. So hope that helps. But yeah, during big groups are so damn brave. But even that, they're not tough enough. Yeah, people actually have to do exercise and stay in shape for women. You most likely don't have little noodle arms. They all got little noodle arms, So, and Austin Powers, Philip says Austin Powers mean tea. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Is that an Austin Powers reference? Mean tea. Mark says me to Lawrence. And Lady Tip, we're having an imagination stream. I'm sorry. I couldn't get the DLC player didn't work this time, even though it did 20 minutes before. So you have to imagine, just like you're imagining, listening to a haunted puppet of a vampire. So it's today's the imagination stream. I'm going to describe instead. It will work next time, I promise. Tomorrow's stream, nobody watching. You mean Lady Cat. Always wonderful. Always wonderful. And Laura's very Bloody Carlisle still drives me crazy. But then so does Cher and her boyfriends and my age. I don't know. Cher, look. She just gives me creepy vibes now. She doesn't look too well anymore. And Alice says poor Sonny. I guess he died what he loved doing because he loved to ski. Right into a tree. Yoda. Back in the Sonny and Cher's day, he was a bit of a SOB. I won't go into that, but basically, he's trying to enslave Cher, and she tried to divorce him and everything. In fact, when she won the law case, basically the judge said you can't make a contract that makes somebody else your slave. That you own all rights to whatever they do and whatever they will do in the future. So that was interesting. So, let's see. What else do I have? I do have for the UK, the Groningen inquiry. I saw a bit of this. It began for, if you're in the US and you don't know, it's a big scandal. More than 10 years. It was more than 10 years ago. Keir Starmer was a judge in the UK, but there was basically these Pakistanis, and it was like a gang. I even had pictures of some of them. And they were basically prostituting how teen and preteen girls in the UK. And then when people complained, they basically were threatened. They used the legal system to shut them up and to threaten them, and they arrested some of the girls, like for prostitution. It's like, they're underage. Somebody's running them, It's outrageous. And for years, both not just Labour, but we have to remember it was the Tories in power too. They just refused to do anything to help these girls. Like I said, they even used to law against them. And so I think her name is, let's see. Let me go back over here. Poor old Sonny. Mark says that didn't treat Sonny. Yeah. And Philip says Austin Power had a band called Mean Tea. Okay. Susanna Haas was in it. He plays very funny, good music. Awesome. Lauren says, yeah, don't go through the tip top beyond the bow of the doll. Starver was hit up with CPD, but that it never crossed his desk. So chief at police department back then? But it was just outrageous. And so you basically had the Tories who are supposed to be the conservatives covering it up. Labor, not helping, especially many of the police departments would have been, especially in the inner cities were labor strongholds. And it was just a total disgrace. And there's finally been, because of all the outrage, there's finally been an inquiry, and it was led by, I think I have this right, Baroness Casey. If somebody can tell me if I'm wrong. And let's see, Crown Prosecution Service. Okay, all right. So he has the prosecutor. And okay, I've got you. Thank you so much for telling me. Thank you for telling me, Lady Pitt. See, yeah, maybe I should be talking. I don't know nothing. But this is what I know so far. And I don't know if they still play live anymore. Talking about Valentine's, talking about the Boston Powers. Okay. So back to I think it's Baroness Casey. The report came out, and I have a couple of pages. And let me see. I was just gonna read them anyways. So that wouldn't matter. So, but let's see. So on this one page, come on. Let me put pause on this. These women, so this is from the Baroness herself, her report. These women were rightly angry at what had been allowed to happen to them as children. They seem equally traumatized by the current treatment by statutory agencies. They told me now go to the next page. And this is so damning. So basically you're saying all the justice, the police departments, the Crown, police services, even to this day. So in the second part, let me pause on this. Well, and this is the Baroness's recap of the women she talks. They had been asked to support the reopening of their case for prosecution, reliving their experiences, only to have no progress and no explanation. In one case, over 6 years after agreeing to take part, they were offered reassurances that arrest and charges would be made, but continue to see the abusers walk free. They are unable to live the lives they wanted, sometimes with criminal convictions they had received while being children and being groomed. This blighted their chances, for example, leaving somebody unable to get bank accounts or go on your kids' school trips. They had their abusers break anonymity orders with impunity, but not Tommy Robinson. Circulating their names, she didn't say Tommy Robinson, I'm sorry. I'll say that again. They had abusers break anonymity orders with impunity, circulating their names and images on social media. When reported, no explanation was given as to why it isn't prosecuted. They waited years for the cases to come to court while being promised meetings with the Crown Prosecution Services that never happened. They were told they couldn't receive full trauma counseling in case it compromised their evidence. And they watched as people in power who denied their abuse go on to get promotions or take early retirement with no accountability for their actions. And then the Baroness goes on and states, I can't verify every single thing these women told me, but I believe them. One thing is abundantly clear. We as a society hold these women as dead. They should never have been allowed to suffer the appalling abuse and violence they went through as children. So, I know, this is must sound disgusting. My 18 girls, and it may have been thousands of victims. Thousands of girls, young girls. Yes, just appalling. And let's face it, the police department aided the grooming gangs. And like you said earlier, the Crown Protection Services made sure that no one was tried. They were all in on it. And Starmer was part of that back then. He could have prosecuted them. You gotta remember, he was a human rights lawyer. Those are always communists. Always. And what are they? And when are they there to support the system? So, just horrible. Yeah, even family members were silenced for complaining. So, let's see. Mayhap says, like that never trust his desk. I agree. Mark says I agree. And Alan says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay, it works. And Alan says fixing the foundation. And Philip says we might have a political erection being for decades. And Alan's showing sad dollar. Yes, very sad dollar. So Alan as one of my channel members gets to use his own heart. I got 4 emojis. I got happy. I got sad. So he's showing the sad dollar emoji. And what else do I got? I'm being so angry. Of course, angry. And I got, what? Say what? I'm trying to look. At this stage, I can only have 4 emojis. So. Oh, it's nice seeing it. And cheers, Alan. So, Philip gives you a heart. Alan says, I reckon Bella is just watching this. Yeah, I watched a little bit of Trooper, I guess in the in the House of Commons there. They were talking about this, but that woman's vile. It's hard to watch her talk. FOP would turn order a police part of the Masons. I think that should be saying more. Masons. Many are, or at least they used to be, right? Many weren't. So, time to put the kettle on, Alan says. Okay, does that mean you gotta read, Alan? Yeah, it does. Thank you so much. Always appreciate that. Or is that just another expression of getting down to business? Alan will tell me. Had to go. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you so much, Lady Pet. It's wonderful having you join me. And thank you for using even more of your imagination as I screw this stream. So, take care. Love you so much. Thank you for joining. So, and nursing have to talk even more. What else did I have here today? That's what I saw. So far, with what was going on today that I had to talk. I had a I don't know. I tested it. Tom asked me what's wrong with DLC. I tested it 20 minutes before I went live, but I did a scheduling for going live, and I scheduled it. So you have to click on the schedule when you're ready to make it live. And then when I came back, I couldn't get VLC player to work. I closed it down. I tried to make another instance here in Streamlabs. That always worked for me. So I don't know. So It's an imagination stream of an imaginary Hawaiian puppet talking to you anyways about the news. So, yeah. I need to practice talking anyways. But yeah, it's just an imagination stream. So I'm talking about, hey, we're showing you on DLC player and Streamlabs. That's it. Watch. When it funny about when I clicked on something and it started working. Let me try that. But I had another thing. You can hear the noise. Oh, I don't believe it. It started working.
No! Don't! Fat boy! Fat!
I don't believe it.
Fat! No!
Oh. What progress? I'm almost done, and it starts working. But of course, nothing makes sense, nothing. Well, let me show you a few of the videos that were so funny. This is Iranian TV. So, I don't have to. I'll make it bigger. But first it now works. Ah. What course it works now? I can't make it bigger. I'm so cool. I'm boomering data. Let's play that again. What course it works? Oh. Stop working like these videos. No, it's another window. Damn it. Let me go like this. So that was that was a little window. Sorry. What do you believe this? Oh, I'm so sleepy. I can't help it. I'm beyond boomer. Beyond a boomer. Why is that working? Why is that working? I can't get the regular window to work though. I'll figure it out. It doesn't bother me so much. I have to have it working now. But let's see. I'll show you. I'll show you the contour now. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. This is the assassin, the No King's assassin. And there's the resistor that's supposed to be him. And that's his wife. There's no way to do this. Okay, well, I'm uber boomer. Nonsense. Okay, I can't help it. Well, all I apparently had to do was just drop everything in my StreamYard screen. But when I was doing, I was using and I had to set up on the DLC for this play. Don't know. So, I learned something new. Let's drop that. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that one. And let's see what happens. I can't help it. What's amazing I can do this much? It really is. Oh yeah, let's show what's emerging. Oh, what was this one? This might. Oh, we didn't talk about this. Oh yeah, this was an ancient bunch of stinky, liberal, aggressive hippies. It's Egypt. And what they did was they thought you're gonna have a march on Gaza. So they got to the Sinai and they were gonna cross their tall border wall. Well, the Egyptians just beat the hippies. keep the thinking compression. It feels like it just warmed my heart. You were all confused about why it happened. They doing it so why? We just want to go over and support the Palestinians.
Don't you dare hit
Then they're beating the crowd out of them. Not your country, don't you want to Oh, that just warmed my heart. That just warmed my heart. You know, it's just... How just that's all good. I'm just gotta love the people. Yeah, you gotta love people. You know, ancient people like me were beyond boomerhood. Trying to do anything. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, okay. The other video plays over me. Let's see, let me delete it. So, yeah, these progressive hippies, when they weren't just from the United States, think they can act that any way they want in any country they go to. They got that crap beaten up. And there's one scene where you're launching water bottles at them. And let's see, we delete all this. Maybe it doesn't work. I'll have to test all this. So, can you hear me okay? Can you hear? Okay. Let me get rid of some of these screams. But it was glorious. Just they're throwing water bottles. I tell you, they possibly could into the crowd. They're getting in there, and there's this one scene where this we're just, I don't know, stinking hippie. This phone stinking hippie. But he's on the ground and he's got his hands up. Don't hit me. And this Arab man, Egyptian man, his white robe comes in. Oh, that can happen to you. He starts smacking the. It was glory. Our march to free Palestine. Yeah, through Egypt and Gaza. You are under attack. No. This is, it was glorious. Yeah, now it's the Egyptian border, on the Sinai, between Palestine and Gaza Strip, what the hell ever you want to call it, and Egypt. Yeah, you can just, you can go to Egypt and just break their laws. Yeah, that's right, hippies. And Tom says yes. Yeah, boy, yes, says Alan. Yeah, those glorious, wonderful. And then after they beat him up, they took all their passports. Oh, and there's videos out there you can catch. Yeah, like this one female hippie out there. They struck her and then they took our passport. Can somebody help us? Mom, you're in Egypt. That's what they do to hippies. They beat you up and take your passports. That's probably law in Egypt. Don't take any crap from the hippie. Just the absurdity. What kind of mentality do these people have, No? Oh, it's just amazing. They can go, like in the Arab Emirates, like Dubai and stuff. They can go there and they can protest. And the police will come there, they'll grab them, they'll take their passports away, but they probably won't beat them up, right? They probably won't beat them up and stand for tourism, but they'll put you on the next flight and get you the hell out of the country, right? But Egypt, they're gonna stop you, right? And Alex says, yeah, it's very hot. If it is lots of sand, yeah. You gotta be, you're working there on the border between the Gaza Strip and Sinai. Punches, snowy, hippie, patchouli, snowy hippies. The smell that you got, that's probably not real. And they're trying to tell me crap? No. I'm gonna take this crap. There goes the shoes, there goes the bottle of water. That was wonderful. It was so wonderful. Let's see. What else? Let's see. We tried it. This is the Iranian broadcaster. At first I thought maybe it was different, but this is the one that got hit and burned. So yeah, there's a picture of that. And it's on fire. About that. See what else I have. Wow, they'll probably show you them, yeah. What I was talking about earlier with your teeth. I'll show you that. Wow. Look out. Tell the people to get But yeah, that's how you treat Antifa. But they, we outnumber them. Let's be outnumbered. No, you don't. You don't outnumber anybody a little. Look, goofballs. I don't know. Be like Tom. So, and let's see. What else was there? I can't believe how I do this. Yeah, this was good. Yeah, 'cause her blue eyes, but this was a Iranian part of the regime. I talked about it earlier.
صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن، صدای متجاوز به صدای حق و حقیقت است. آنچه که ملاحظه کردیم، صدایی که شنیدیم، فضای غبارآلوده استادیوم، صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن.
So I think, I'll figure it out sometime. But yeah, she's going on and on, I don't understand what she's saying, but she's, supporting the regime and probably being all patriotic as a little stinking quizzling to the rest of her country. And as soon as that bomb hits, I'm out of here. And let's see. Yeah, I showed you the ring broadcast. Okay. I think I got a reason. What was this? This was the
البوليس جابوا بلطجيين
هما
جابوهم بالميسر خلصوهم باش يجيو هادو المتعاطفين مع فلسطين. شوفوا هادو واش يديروا. شوفوا هجموا علينا بالتشيوات وبالهراوات تيسكوا علينا. شوفوا واش يديروا. كلشي مثالي. شوفوا هادو واش يديروا. جابوهم باش يبقاو يسكوا علينا. انتوما شوفوا شوها.
But that made my weekend when I saw that. It just warmed my little black heart so much. Okay, so let's see, we got a little over an hour. You got to catch me big time, boomerang. What happened today? So I guess I'll be doing some practice training to figure this out. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share? Anyone? And, with what's happening in the UK, and that report the Darren has put together, I can't say how disgusted, absolutely disgusted I am. And I've been hearing that for years. Here in the States, reading about the desperation, and no one would help anyone, would help. And, and then, like Tommy Robinson thrown in for the first time down into prison because of trials, and they use the laws, that you can't say anything. And there's this picture Not pictures, this video of the judge who is protecting the groomer looking through his apartment window down on Tommy Robinson and laughing as cops were taking him away. He might have seen the same judge and went after him for a second time. Just disgusting. So I am so sorry with what's been going on in YouTube. And I want to let you know I've been watching it. I know how disgusted you all are. And I just want to let you know that the rest of us are watching and can't believe what's going on either. Common sense, David Miami is on vacation. Yeah, forget that. So sad. So sad. Anything else? We'll call it quits today. I guess when I hit the end stream, I can't boom that up. Super boomer. Super man, way past boomer. Way past that. But I don't know what you'd call me. I'm a pre-boomer. Yeah. So, is there nothing else? Thanks for putting up with me. It's so nice. So many of you are willing to watch me. I saw you portrait puppet over here and talking about things I know nothing about. So, thank you all. You're really wonderful people. It's wonderful that you care about your world. It really is. So, thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.